To spend on this special occasion. Before we toast, there are a few of us that would like to say a few words, and I'll go first. And wait, I have to say, oh, I was like, where's my mother? She's over hiding there, okay. In thinking about this special moment, I reflected on how we got here. It started 80 years ago in a small countryside of the province of Cherokee, Panama. Melanie Gonzalez Sanhood was born. She was mostly raised by her grandmother. At a very young age, she understood the importance of education and knew that with learning the basics of reading, writing, and arithmetic, she could make something of herself. So at the age of 15, she convinced her grandmother to leave her home and move to Panama City. There, she would work as a maid, and in turn, the family would send her to school. Could you imagine what it was like to start elementary school at the age of 16? She would finish her chores and study by the moonlight. Her determination was unwavering. She continued her education and until she felt it was time to move on. Fast forward a few years, and she is now in her late 20s. Her friends suggested that they hang out at a club. In between cumbia dancing, she met my dad, and as they say, the rest is history. My wonderful parents just celebrated their 52nd wedding anniversary last Sunday. Aww. For most of my childhood, I've always known how hard she worked to secure our family's future. Whether that entailed taking on secondary jobs or working overtime, my mom was never afraid of hard work. It is my mom's hard work, dedication, and perseverance that has blessed me today with the opportunity of celebrating and saying thank you to my childhood hero, my mom. Aww. All right, up next, Dad. Yes, you.
Drink up and go home. Let's go.
And I also wanted to say, I don't know if many people know, but earlier this year, my dad was diagnosed with colon cancer. And we didn't really know if we were going to have this party, but thankfully he caught it early enough because he got his colonoscopy. So please, y'all go get the early checkups. It was like about a month ago he had the surgery, and you look at him and
Looks good.
So here's my dad.
Good afternoon, afternoon, friends and family members. What? Good afternoon, dear friends and family on YouTube. Thank you for all coming to my wife's belated birthday party. Enjoy your meal, and let's all have a wonderful and blessed day. One more thing to mention. I believe God brought her to my life since I was in the military and wasn't living the spiritual life. Thank God for her and our 52 years of marriage. I love you.
Aww.
Up next, my daughter Kayla.
Hello everyone, my name is Kayla. I am the one and only granddaughter, and over my 27 years of life living with my grandmother or being with her, I've spent probably a good half of it pranking her for the majority of my child's life. Going from when she would take me to Hollywood Connect, I would go play video games with her, and just buying like little toy bugs, and I would throw them on the ground and be like, oh my god, there's a bug, and she would run around crazy. So, and my love for animals, like my mom, my grandfather, we all love animals, and my grandmother, she loves taking care of animals, but she doesn't like to be near animals. And so I, from a very young age, really loved to just show her all my fur babies. And she would just stay 5 hand distance away, I will look at it, but I will not touch it. But I really want her to see my lovely hamsters. When I would catch a toad, I want her to see the love of my animals. Be like, hey grandma, look what I caught, and she would just run the other way. But all that to say, I'm happy to be here. I'm glad she's still around, being here with me. And don't worry, Grandma, my wedding will happen eventually at some point, and you can be my flower girl.
Up next, my mom's friend, Penny.
Muy buenas tardes para todos. Desde aquí se ven bello y joven todos. Parece que todos tienen 25 años de edad. Es un honor para mí estar aquí celebrando los 50 años de Melanie. 50. Que no son 80, son 50 porque se ve muy joven. Melanie y yo nos conocimos en el 94, trabajando en Fort Benning. Y desde que nos conocimos, como que no conocíamos. Pero como a los 2 o 3 días nos juntamos así como 2 palomitas. Y donde quiera que íbamos, éramos juntas las dos. Desayunábamos juntas, conversábamos mucho, nos aconsejábamos unas con las otras. Cuando eso mis hijos estaban jóvenes. Y ya ustedes saben lo que es tener 2 teenagers juntos en la casa, pero ella me aconsejaba. Y le agradezco mucho a Dios por ella haber llegado a mi vida y ser mi amiga. Es una tremenda persona, es una persona trabajadora, honesta, buena amiga, buena madre, buena esposa, buena abuela. Ella tiene tiempo para todo el mundo. Y por Melanie, que tú sigas cumpliendo 150 años y que nosotros podamos estar allá en tu cumpleaños. Un brindis para Melanie.
Yeah. Hola, cheers.
Oh, she wanted you to translate.
Yo le dije a ella que lo hiciera ella.
Oh, yeah, it's okay, Mom.
It's a good one.
¿Tú lo quieres hacer?
That's a good champagne. It's not very bitter, but very sour.
No, I just say I met Melanie in 1994, and we've been best friends ever since. She's a good wife, a good mother, a good grandmother, a good friend, and she has time to care for everybody. And we met in 1994. The first in the beginning, like the first 2, maybe few days, we didn't click. But when we did, we did everything together at work. We took our break together, we talked, and after that we separated for a little while, maybe 4 years after, but we always been communicating and together. She's a very, very good friend. And I just want to cheers to Melanie.
Right.
And I hope I can celebrate that occasion.
Very nice. Very good. Good one.
Up next is Ron. Ron is the son my mother never had.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ron. Mrs. Daly, I'd always referred to, since I've known her, as Mama Daly, because I met her in '86, and she's always treated me like a son. I would sometimes come over for breakfast, and while I'm still getting ready to sit down, she would ask me what I'd like for dinner. And that's the way she treated me. I mean, she treated me like one of the family. We've, over the years, had many conversations, many very personal, very deep conversations that I've appreciated very much. She helped mentor me as a young adult. And one thing I know about Mama Daly is that she loves fiercely. She puts her heart into everything she does. When I was a teenager, I know that she worked 2 jobs because she wanted to give her daughter the life that she never had. I would see her come into the house, literally, from work. 20 minutes later, she's going out the door to her second job. And that was the kind of determination that she had to see her dreams fulfilled and to see her family succeed. And that impressed me tremendously. It impacted me. That's the way I would want to raise my family. And so I also want to say that, you know, she and I see things eye to eye on a lot of things. And then we've had several conversations over the years where she and I didn't see eye to eye. But we could talk to each other honestly and openly. And that's something I really appreciate, that she was able to give to me the blessing of an honest conversation from someone I could learn from and someone I could grow from. And so I say, may God bless you with another 80 years. May God bless you for all the joy that you've given me and you've given those around you. May God bless you for being the mother and the friend that we all share. Thank you. You're here.
And not the not least, Joe. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Does anybody else wanted to do a toast?
This is because of Joe that I'm up here, and because of the folks there at the table. I was explaining to them what I'm about to tell the whole group here, and they said, oh, you've got to share that. So here we go. This is the story of little Melanie.
Little Melanie.
A little background here. Little Melanie Potato. She came home one day and she said, Mommy and Daddy, I'm ready to get married. And they said, who are you going to marry, darling? Oh, we're so excited for you. She said, I'm going to marry Bernie Daly. Her father immediately said, oh, not today you're going to marry Bernie Daly. Not in this family. She started crying. She said, Mommy, Daddy, why are you so upset? Her mother said, darling, we are royal potatoes. You cannot marry Bernie Daly. It's just not going to happen. She said, but we love one another. Don't you understand the logic of that? Her father said, look, we took you to France and you learned all about the French fried potatoes. They're royal people. We took you to Ireland. You got the Irish potatoes. They're royal potatoes. We even sent you, for God's sake, the Americans have the russet families out in Idaho. And they're royal potatoes. Don't you understand? She said, no, I don't. I love Bernie. Oh, this is terrible. Her mother said, darling, look, let's keep it simple. We are royal potatoes, whether you like it or not. Bernie is a commentator.
Oh my God. Thank you, Mr.
Commentators. Yeah.
Anyone else?
Commentators.
Who
But
cannot do that?
that's cute.
Okay, Joe, take it away.
Commentators. Cute.
Several years ago, Melanie was sweeping her back porch, sweeping away the leaves, the grime, the pollen, when towards her slinked a little gray cat. Meow, meow, said the kitty. Melanie looked down the cat and says, "Oh no, you're not coming to my house, not with those dirty paws." Yet, she went inside and fetched for the cat a bowl of water and a bowl of food. The next day, Melanie was on her back porch, rearranging her flowers, tidying up the back porch. Sure enough, that same gray cat slinked his way up and presented to Melanie with a "Please allow me" face. Melanie once again downed the cat and says, "Not today, kitten. Still not coming to my house." This went on for over a week, probably almost a month, I think. 4 weeks? 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Until finally, something different happened. Something special happened. Melanie looked at the little gray cat and says, "You can come into my house, but only for a little while." We all know how this story plays out. 4 years later, and Sammy the gray cat is now a happy, healthy, and loving member of Melanie's family.
Aww.
How many of us here have once been that lonely gray cat? Desperate, lonely, and probably without the semblance of a shelter. And Melanie here, probably with a little bit of prodding and wearing down, if we're being honest here, Melanie here opened her arms, opened her doors, and opened her heart to us. So, on this very momentous occasion of us celebrating her 80th birthday, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in raising a toast to Melanie. May her endless love embrace our beautiful world. Cheers.
Very nice.
Hey, Mom. You come up for a minute. Yeah, you stage. Yeah, no, just come for a second. Just for a second.
For 1 second.
Just for a second. All right. I think it'd be a good time to sing happy birthday. Oh. Right? Before we cut the cake? Okay. All right. So 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Melanie. Happy birthday to you. All right. So now I'll go help out with cutting. If you could send maybe one person from your table